Today, we have a special episode. We will dive into the world of ancient finds found in different parts of the world, from Egypt to China. We will get to know the rare handwriting of Queen Cleopatra, the mysterious flooded city, and even the recreation of ancient Celtic beer. Be sure to watch until the end. Hi friend, you are on the Cotta channel. 6,000-year-old human DNA. In the city of Wuxi, China, archaeologists have discovered the DNA of a person who lived here 6,000 years ago. These molecules were found in 2 tombs associated with the Middle Neolithic Magyabang culture. Until now, information about the inhabitants of this region has been limited. However, thanks to new finds, it became known that the first people settled in Wuxi at least 6,000 years ago. During the research, which began in April 2022, more than 100 traces of ancient human activity were found, including 2 tombs with DNA. Ancient children's shoes. In the Austrian village of Nuremberg, archaeologists made an amazing discovery. They managed to find ancient leather children's shoes with fully preserved laces. After assessing their style and design, scientists determined that the shoes dated back to the 2nd century AD, an era known as the Iron Age. According to the German Mining Museum Bochum and the Leibniz Geosource Research Museum, the size of the found artifact corresponds to size 30 of the modern European system. The uniqueness of this find is its preservation. The main reason for such an ideal condition of ancient shoes is salt. The village of Nuremberg has long been famous for its salt mines, and salt is excellent at preserving organic materials. Organic objects usually degrade over time, but thanks to the unique conditions of preservation, ancient textile remains and even excrement found in the area are giving scientists the opportunity to learn more about the lives of Iron Age people. Mummy on top of the pyramid. In Peru, archaeologists discovered a mummy that is about 1,000 years old. Researchers believe that the mummy belongs to the pre-Incan Yixma culture. The mummy was buried in a simple round tomb at the top of a pyramid located in the heart of a residential area of Peru's capital, Lima. Huaca Pucllana is a monumental clay pyramid over 20 meters high located in the Miraflores region. This structure, consisting of 7 stepped platforms, was erected by the Lima culture, which developed on the central coast of Peru between 200 and 700 AD. This site served as an important religious center for the ancient inhabitants. Ritual ceremonies were probably held on the site. The Huaca Pucllana site reveals 3 distinct phases of settlement prior to the arrival of the Spaniards. The first was the Lima culture, followed by the Huari and Yixma cultures. The Yixma culture, which developed around 1000 AD until its assimilation by the Incas in the 15th century, used the pyramid as a burial site. Curse of the Terracotta Army. The majestic terracotta army, one of the most amazing archaeological discoveries of the 20th century, remained underground for a long time, hidden from the eyes of mankind. This incredible discovery was made by accident by peasants in the 1970s in the city of Xi'an in northwest China. While they were digging a well, their shovels came across fragments of ancient pottery. No one could have imagined that a whole army of 8,000 clay warriors was under their feet. However, behind the beauty and grandeur of this archaeological wonder lies a dark secret. Legends say that thousands of workers who worked to create this army were buried alive along with the statues to keep the location of the tomb secret. Over time, many of those who tried to explore this place or even just touch the statues encountered misfortunes and troubles. This gave rise to rumors about the curse of the Terracotta Army. Among local residents, there is a belief that the spirits of ancient warriors guard their emperor and do not forgive any contact with their statues. All this makes the story of the Terracotta Army even more exciting and mysterious, reminding us that sometimes the past can come back to remind us of itself. And while millions of eyes look at the majestic statues of warriors, somewhere in the depths, secret guardians continue to guard the ancient secret. Gold coins on the site of a pagan temple. All items found in Wingram are truly unique to researchers. These small square coins, or perhaps amulets, reflect the culture and art of a distant era when the ancient peoples of Northern Europe practiced paganism and created complex rituals using such objects. The discovery in Wingram is an important evidence of the history of the early Middle Ages in the region and evidence of active religious life. Gold artifacts could serve as symbols of wealth and status and also serve a religious or magical function. The fact that they were discovered in the area of an ancient pagan temple only confirms confirms this. Many archaeologists and historians hope that future excavations will bring even more discoveries and help restore the appearance and function of such objects. We may still have a lot to learn about the lives and beliefs of the ancient peoples of Norway. Atlas sculpture. The impressive discovery at Chichen Itza enhances understanding of the extensive cultural connections between Mexico's ancient civilizations. The discovered atlas likely played an important role in religious or cultic ceremonies, and its detailed carvings indicate a high level of skill by ancient artisans. That the sculpture was found during construction in a modern area is a reminder of how deeply the roots of history run deep into the earth, even under places that seemed long forgotten or lost. Atlas from Chichen Itza will be another testimony to the glorious and multifaceted history of ancient Mexican civilizations. 1,500-year-old Mayan Palace. On the Yucatan Peninsula in the city of Cotta, archaeologists made a unique discovery related to the ancient Mayan civilization. Researchers discovered 2 luxury residential complexes and a majestic 26-meter-long palace. Rectangular columns are visible on the facade of the building, and its decor is made in the form of images of birds, feathers, and beads. Remains of ceramics, including painted vessels, were found inside the premises. Lourdes Toscano Hernandez, who is leading the research project, emphasizes that these premises were home to those who governed the city and may have performed administrative functions. Despite their grandeur, until recently, these architectural structures were hidden under dense vegetation. The dating of the buildings has yet to be done, but it is known that the city of Kabag was founded between 250 and 500 AD. Tombs of the elite lords. In the highlands of the Peruvian Andes in the province of Vilcas Huaman, Ayacucho region, archaeologists have discovered 7 ancient tombs belonging to the upper classes. According to researchers, the age of human remains in the tombs is approaching 2,900 years. This time predates the Wari or Huari culture, which flourished in the Andes and coastal regions of what is now Peru between approximately 500 and 1000 AD. The found burials belong to outstanding personalities who were called Lords of Vilcas Huamana. At the excavation site, archaeologists discovered 3 mounds surrounded by terraces with stone walls and many fragments of ceramics. Under the circular structure, scientists discovered several pits covered with slabs containing remains. Vessels as offerings were found along with the bodies. During the excavations, archaeologists found many funeral objects, including metal needles, rings, and gold feathers. These finds indicate that the burials belonged to the elite class. Recipe from the grave. Czech scientists have recreated Celtic beer based on research of pollen from an ancient Celtic burial in Moravia. Beer has deep roots, with its first traces going back to the Middle East, where breweries emerged around 5,500 years ago. However, its full history still remains a mystery. Excavations carried out in 2020 and 2021 have opened new horizons in the understanding of ancient cultures, revealing the life and traditions of pre-Celtic peoples. Modern analyses of pollen found at the site have revealed traces of millet and other herbs used by the Celts to create beer. Scientists speculate that some ingredients, such as clover, may have served as sweeteners for the drink, pointing to complex taste preferences and ancient technology. The created beer, Tory Ale, has a unique taste, different from modern varieties, emphasizing the role of various herbs and spices in its production. The lack of hops is an interesting aspect of the beer's flavor profile, making it similar to medieval recipes. Beer, being one of humanity's oldest drinks, continues to connect people across cultures and centuries. Teeth decorated with precious stones. Ancient civilizations surprise modern scientists with their techniques and traditions. One of these amazing traditions was the decoration of teeth among the Mayans. This phenomenon, discovered by archaeologists in Mexico, testifies to the high level of development of the art of dentistry and what fashion trends were at that time. Interestingly, such jewelry was not just a symbol of higher status or wealth, but rather a fashion accessory. This suggests that the Maya had a well-developed social hierarchy and a culture of attention to one's body and appearance. However, gold and precious stones on the teeth were not the only decoration. Archaeologists also discovered teeth with notches and grooves, which indicates complex decorative techniques. Many discoveries made in Mexico have allowed scientists to learn more about the life and traditions of the ancient Mayans. And although many aspects of their culture still remain a mystery, each new discovery helps to paint a more complete picture of this amazing civilization. Wooden structure, 500,000 years old. Archaeologists from China have made an astonishing discovery at Colombo Falls in South Africa. They discovered traces of the life of ancient representatives of the genus Homo, which are about 476,000 years old. The main discovery is fragments of a wooden structure, which indicates that these people not only used wood to create tools, but also for construction. The Colombo Falls site itself is an archaeological treasure containing artifacts from various cultures. But this recent discovery has revolutionized the way ancient people lived. Wooden structures dating back to the Middle Pleistocene era prove that people of this time could lead a sedentary lifestyle, engaged in construction and wood processing. Scientists have concluded that these structures were part of a dwelling or other large structure. They may have used them not only for shelter, but also for social or religious ceremonies. However, the question of who exactly was the creator of this architectural heritage remains open. It could be Homo erectus or another representative of the genus Homo. Scientists now have every reason to believe that ancient representatives of the genus Homo were much more advanced than we previously thought. Queen Cleopatra's handwriting. Egypt, a land that holds many secrets of the past, has once again surprised the world community. Archaeologists have discovered a papyrus with an ancient decree dating back to 33 BC, which experts believe was signed by Cleopatra herself. This document demonstrates the high status of the Roman officer Publius Canidius, who was exempt from paying taxes. Particular attention was drawn to the Greek word gynostoi, translated as "let it be," written probably by the hand of the queen herself. Such a subject gives scientists a unique opportunity to look into the life and administrative activities of the ancient Egyptian monarchy. Dutch professor Peter van Minnen emphasizes that the structure of the document and the absence of a formal introduction from Cleopatra make the text a personal message from the queen to a high-ranking official. The discovery confirms the hypothesis that Cleopatra actively participated in government, not limited to just the symbolic role of the monarch. The papyrus talks about the close diplomatic and economic ties between Egypt and Rome. Such papyrus, which may contain the handwriting of one of the most famous women in history, is a true treasure for historians and archaeologists. And although many aspects of Cleopatra's life still remain a mystery, each new discovery brings us closer to understanding this mysterious and great queen. Underwater Temple of Aphrodite. Recently, researchers found a submerged temple dedicated to the goddess Aphrodite underwater off the coast of Alexandria. This extraordinary discovery demonstrates just how deep the connections between the ancient Egyptians and Greeks were. This finding proves that Greek sailors and traders not only visited Egyptian ports, but also left a piece of their culture there, erecting temples in honor of their deities. Ceramic and bronze objects found inside the sunken temple traveled to the ancient lands of the pharaohs from distant Greece. Remembering the history of Heraklion, a city lost under the waves of the Gulf of Abu Qir, one can imagine how this once prosperous place was a center of cultural and economic exchange between Egypt and the ancient world. Having drowned in the waters of the Mediterranean Sea about 1,200 years ago, Heraklion continues to reveal its secrets, surprising and astonishing scientists from all over the world. As you can see, history is full of mysteries, and each find brings new discoveries and knowledge. We are grateful to the scientists and researchers who are working to unravel the past and allow us to look at it with a new perspective. I'm glad you were with me on this fascinating journey through time. Subscribe to the channel and a new video will be waiting for you soon. Thanks for your views. Bye everyone.